Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Chris Maloney back with you for another edition of CWN Predicts. And it is 2021, the very first show that I've done this year. So Happy New Year to everybody. Happy 2021 to everybody. And like I said, this is CWN Predicts, New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 15, Night 1. And I don't think last year when I was doing predicts, I don't think I've ever done a New Japan Pro Wrestling prediction show or recap show. So it'll be interesting because I am, and people know if you've watched my show before, I am a huge fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling, especially right now. So you got back-to-back days of New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 15, as well as New Year Dash on the 6th. So, but again, Chris Maloney, London, Ontario, Canada. It's very snowy outside. Officially, it is 2021 in winter, so I can't really complain much at all. So, in saying that, this is night 1 of the prediction show. We are live right now on Twitch, just to keep the stats up on Twitch. But this will be a premiere on YouTube as well as Facebook later today, so 6 p.m. So if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, thank you very much. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know your feedback. Let me know your predictions on night 1 of New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 15. And if you're watching on Twitch, thank you very much. If you any comments at all, feel free to throw them my way. So guys, Wrestle Kingdom 15 taking place live tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. So I wish I was a little bit younger because I'd have the ability to stay up and watch the whole thing. But it's going to be about 4 hours. So I think anybody who's looking to watch Wrestle Kingdom Night 1 tonight, you're looking probably about 6 a.m. bedtime. And that's after the main event. So good luck with that. But 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as far as the kickoff show, the pre-show, so to speak, goes for New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 15 Night 1. When I say pre-show, it's because it's a match before the main card happens. So in this case, it is called New Japan Ranbo. And for anybody unfamiliar with that term, it's 1 hour before the main card starts on January 4th, so tomorrow morning. First match of 2021 in New Japan Pro Wrestling will be the return of a Tokyo Dome tradition of sort, the New Japan Ranbo. With familiar rules given a new twist, the New Japan Ranbo will see 22 entrants coming to the ring at timed intervals. I think the intervals themselves are about a minute apart. So you're looking at about at least 20 minutes of action there. With eliminations occurring as a result of pinfall, submission, or being thrown over the top rope. So referees are going to be busy. It's a chaotic affair. Japanese word ranbo, so R-A-N-B-O, means to run riot, and one that has seen its fair share of surprises in the past. Here in the match will continue until 4 participants remain. Those 4 will advance to a special 4-way match to kick off night 2 on January 5th, with the winner being the first holder of the KOPW, so King of Pro Wrestling 2021 trophy. So 22 names. I don't think I've seen anybody mentioned at all. The only one I can think of that's going to be in there for sure is Toru Yano. So as far as my prediction for this goes, and I'm looking at 4 names out of 22. So even if I went 25% as far as one of those names go, I'd consider myself, a good picker there. But the fact is, when it comes down to it, like I said, 4 names are going to be left to move on to night 2. Which takes on January 5th, of course. So my predictions are this: Toru Yano, Minoru Suzuki, Tomohiro Ishii, as well as Master Wato. Those are my final 4 going into night 2 to crown the KOPW 2021 trophy winner, so to speak. So again, prediction, final 4 tomorrow morning. It's going to be Toru Yano, Minoru Suzuki, Tomohiro Ishii, as well as Master Wato. So that is the pre-show, the kickoff, New Japan Ranbo, taking place 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. Then we go into the main show. Main show is going to be at 3 a.m. New Japan in the past, what they've done is they'll start at 2 or start when they're about to start, so to speak, do the match, and then they'll go into like an intermission, so to speak. So there won't be really anything happening. You won't really see live commentary at all. It basically will be the match. It'll go to a graphic, basically, New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 15 Night 1 is about to take place. And then 3 a.m., the event itself is going to start. So 6 big matches taking place. And when I say big matches, a lot of these are going to play into night 2. So some of the winners from this event here are going to go into night 2 to basically battle for championships. But there are championship matches on this one as well. There's championship matches are going to lead to further championship matches. on night 2. So it is New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom, which I absolutely love. But match 1 of the night, Best of the Super Junior 27 winner Hiromu Takahashi taking on Super J Cup 2020 winner, as well as Super J Cup 2019 winner ELP, known as El Fantasma. New Japan Pro Wrestling, the English website there, so NJPW1972.com, announced that El Fantasma is going to have some new theme music to accompany him. It looks like he might have produced it. Not 100% sure about that. But anyway, you look at it, the fact is ELP is going to be taking on Takahashi. Winner of this match goes on to face Taiji Ishimori on night 2 for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. So again, the bias, the Canadian, the ELP factor is I mean, I want to say it's going to be him going into that match. Takahashi, his affiliation obviously with LIJ. He just come back from injury. He's had a good solid year. Best of the Super Junior 27 winner. It's a tough call. Can we see ELP go on to win that championship against Taiji Ishimori, or is it going to be Ishimori Takahashi? I think because of Gato booking and New Japan Pro Wrestling booking, as much as I want to say ELP, I'm going to have to say Takahashi. So I'm going to say Takahashi wins the match here between the two winners to go on to face Taiji Ishimori for the New Japan IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship in night 2. So Takahashi, the winner there. Match number 2 of the night, we got IWGP Tag Team Championship match. We get the Dangerous Tekkers, which is Zack Sabre Jr. at ZSJ and Taichi as champs, taking on the Guerrillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Guerrillas of Destiny obviously going into this because they won World Tag League 2020. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa are hungry. I see no reason at all to have Tekkers retain, especially when you look at the facts, what's been stated, the tag record between the two teams. It's 3-0 for GOD. It's 3-0 for the Guerrillas of Destiny there. So fact is, when it comes down to it, I'm going to say we have new champions, so new IWGP heavyweight tag team champions in the Guerrillas of Destiny. So Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa and new. So I'm going to say that there. Match number 3 of the night, IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship Right to Challenge contract match. This is the one and only Kenta taking on Satoshi Kojima. Kojima is in there because it was supposed to be Juice Robinson. Juice Robinson got injured. He has a fractured left orbital bone as we speak. He is healing, so thoughts and prayers are with him. Kojima steps in. Kojima is legitimately 50 years old. So it'd be absolutely interesting to see him and Kenta go at it. Kojima did state to Kenta in the ring, he goes, this aging 50-year-old can still go like hell. So he's feisty. So I'm going to say this. If it's one of those things where Juice Robinson was picked to win, it's kind of going to throw off the storyline there, because the fact is Juice was US based if you think about 2020. Kenta was US based if you think about 2020. Satoshi Kojima I don't think is US based. So with obviously what's still going on in the world here, I can't see him having that contract and be able to fight for the championship over here in the North America, in the States, so to speak. So in saying that, I've got to say it's got to be Kenta. I think if it had been Juice, I would have put Juice over. But the fact is, because it's Kenta and Kojima, I'm going to say Kenta retains the contract there. So Kenta for the win. Match number 4, which in a lot of people's eyes is going to be interesting because it's the kind of the old guard versus the new guard with regards to the Empire there. But it's Hiroshi Tanahashi, the ace, taking on the Great O'Khan as part of the Empire. Empire, of course, is Will Ospreay, Great O'Khan. We've got Jeff Cobb as well as B. Priestley. Tanahashi is on his way out. He's legend status, but he can't get up forever. He's not Minoru Suzuki, but he's one of the greatest in the history of New Japan Pro Wrestling. But where does he go from here? Did they give him one last run for the championship? Did they make the Empire stand huge as far as where they're going with this? If you think about both nights and some of the matches going to be taking place, to me, unfortunately, Tanahashi goes down. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's interference, but they create this new faction with regards to the Empire. It only makes sense for the Great O'Khan to go over in this one. So I'm going to say upset maybe of the night there, Great O'Khan over Hiroshi Tanahashi. And in saying that, match number 5 is my match of the night. As far on paper goes. And you want to talk about upsets? Yes, you can put upset on this one too. But the match I'm talking about is Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, taking on Will Ospreay, who is now called the Commonwealth Kingpin. I always want to refer to him as the aerial assassin, which he still is and always will be. But now he's the Commonwealth Kingpin. Like I said, the Empire. It's him, B. Priestley, Jeff Cobb, and Great O'Khan. So interesting note on this singles record, 4-1 for Okada. So Okada has beaten him 4 times. Ospreay beat him, I think it might have been G1 Climax 30. I think that's the only win that Ospreay actually had. I'd have to go back and check. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Okada takes the loss in this. I don't know if it's going to be clean, but that record's going to go to 4-2. And I see Ospreay. To me, Ospreay is the future. I mean, this guy is going to be IWGP Heavyweight Champion before the end of the year, or worst case scenario, Wrestle Kingdom 16. But Ospreay is where it's at. He's got that it factor, and he is the current Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion. So he's no longer looked kind of as a junior heavyweight, so to speak. And in this match, beating Okada, one of the greatest IWGP heavyweight champions in the history of the company, it's going to be, it's going to put basically Ospreay on the map as far as his legacy and his legendary status is about to start, because you beat Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at the history of Okada at Wrestle Kingdom with his his matches with Omega, matches with Tanahashi, matches with regards to Tetsuya Naito. Fact is, to beat Okada at Wrestle Kingdom, yeah, it's you're making your statement there. So I'm going to say Will Ospreay for the win in that match there. And match number 6 of the night, which is the main event, IWGP Double Championship match. So the Intercontinental Championship as well as the Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Tetsuya Naito taking on Kota Ibushi. And if you remember correctly, Ibushi lost the G1 Climax 30 contract to Jay White Power Struggle, and that was November the 7th in Osaka. So he had it. He had the right to challenge. He put it up on the line. Jay White ends up taking that briefcase. And, basically Tetsuya Naito, he said, well, Jay White wants to challenge for the 5th, so I need an opponent for the 4th. So Naito, being the fighting champion, decides to put the titles on the line against Ibushi. Is it going to be... is it going to fall back on him? It's a very interesting match because of the way the storylines will go as far as where they can go from here. How do they basically have Ibushi lose the contract, win the championships, and then basically have him? But even saying that, then all of a sudden, next thing you know, he's got Jay White. But if he beats Jay White at Wrestle Kingdom, it solidifies his legacy. I tell you this, I'm a mark for Ibushi and Ospreay. The two of those guys battling out for the double championships, or even just the IWGP championship and splitting the titles up. But in order for that to happen, Ibushi's got to beat Naito. So it's going to be biased in this. And as much as I love Naito and him being, the head of the household, so to speak, as far as New Japan Pro Wrestling goes right now, in order for me to get my wish, and it's not going to happen on night 2, obviously, but it sets up for night 2 as far as Jay White goes. So, but then what do we do? I mean, it's Jay White. So if he beats Ibushi at night 2, it makes him look weak. So, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I've basically changed my mind 5 or 6 times, but I'm gonna say this officially. Tetsuya Naito retains the IWGP Double Championship. So Kota Ibushi loses. I think 2021, like I say, him and Ospreay, I'd love to see fight for those titles. But I think I'm thinking about it, Naito for the win. So, guys, that is my predictions for night 1 of Wrestle Kingdom taking place, like I said, officially 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, but 2 a.m. is the pre-show New Japan Rambo. So my predictions again are this. In the New Japan Rambo match, it's Toru Yano, Minoru Suzuki, Tomohiro Ishii, as well as Master Wato to be the final 4 there. Match number 1 of the night, I picked Takahashi. Takahashi over ELP, El Fantasmo. Match number 2, Guerrilla's Destiny to become new champs. Match number 3, I put Kenta to retain. Match number 4, I put the Great Okan to upset Tanahashi. Match number 5, I picked Will Ospreay to upset Kazuchika Okada. And then match number 6, I'm going to say Naito defeats Ibushi to retain, to head on to Wrestle Kingdom Night 2 to face Jay White in the main event there. So guys, that is it for Wrestle Kingdom 15 Night 1 predictions. The plan of attack is this. So I'm going to do predictions, obviously, right now. Recap is going to be about 3 p.m. tomorrow, so Monday. I've got to be able to watch the show, so I'm thinking 3 p.m. should give me enough time. I'll probably end up going live, but 3 p.m. should be enough time to be able to come on to share the recap, the results, my thoughts, and this and that. So guys, look for that there. And then basically night 2 predictions will take place this time on Monday night. So Monday night at 6 p.m. for night 2 predictions, and then to follow it up with the recap show on Tuesday at 3 p.m. as well, to be able to give myself some time to be able to watch the shows. I don't want to just go by what I've seen online. I want to be able to watch the matches entirely. So that should give me enough time to be able to do so. But like I said, that was New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 15 Night 1 predictions. Schedule is always up on CWNonline.ca as well as our Facebook account. I tend to post on Twitter as well. I might do it on Instagram as well. The only thing that's kind of up in the air right now is whether or not I do New Year Dash. So obviously that show will not be announced until the conclusion of Wrestle Kingdom Night 2. So New Year's Dash takes place on January 6th, which is going to be Wednesday, I believe. So if I do it, you'll see the same sort of setup. So you'll be seeing basically a 6 p.m. Time on Tuesday night to do the prediction show. And then Wednesday, it'd be like a 3 p.m. recap show. But I'll keep everybody posted, CWNonline.ca as well as Facebook as well. Guys, if you want to check me out online, at Chris Maloney, CWN. That is Instagram, Twitter, as well as I'm on Twitch. I don't post anything yet, but I may. And then, of course, Reddit, I am on there as well. But at Chris Maloney, CWN is the best way to be able to find me there. So, guys, I will be back tomorrow, officially 3 p.m. to do the recap show for New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 15 Night 1. Until then, enjoy Wrestle Kingdom Night 1. I will be, if you stay up late, make sure you drink no more than 1, maybe possibly 2 Red Bulls. But anyways, enjoy the show, and I will see everybody again tomorrow, 3 p.m. for CWN Recap New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom Night 1. So until then, take care, guys. I'll see everybody later on.